Hey, what's up, everyone? Zach here. I'm gonna go over Chapter 2 in American College of Sports Medicine, or ACSM Resources for the Personal Trainer, 5th edition. This is for the Certified Personal Trainer test or certification. Chapter 2 is really simple, straightforward, and easy, so this will only be a few minutes. And then chapter 3 and onward, that's when it gets into kind of more of the nitty gritty stuff. Chapter 2 is called Career Track for the Personal Trainers. Pretty much what it talks about is all the opportunities that you have as a personal trainer, which are pretty vast. Um, I mean, you could choose many routes that you can direct your career in, from like clinical standpoint to just working in a gym. Um, for the most part, though, uh, personal trainers have a wide area of options to choose from. So first of all, the chapter kind of starts about going over what your expectations as a personal trainer kind of are. Knowing your client's goal, knowing what level of what stage of change they're at. And people typically arrive to you, or as a personal trainer, people typically arrive to you in the action stage. So they're past pre-contemplation and contemplation, and they've decided to make a change in their life, so they came to you. Um, so I could go over all of this stuff more in depth, but it pretty much boils down to be a good person, be a good trainer, stay focused on your clients, find different ways to motivate them, and a good way to motivate them is definitely keeping records of their progress. It's really important to let your clients know that they're progressing in whatever area, especially if their goal is like to lose weight. Then you definitely want to keep them updated, like, hey, you've been doing a lot of work, and this is how your hard work is paying off. You've lost 5 pounds in the past 4 weeks. You're doing a great job. Stuff like that keeps people coming back, lets people know that you care about them, lets people know that you listen to the goals that they set in your initial consultation, and it just motivates people to keep pushing. So one thing that I really thought was really important here, let me find it. Um, the chapter goes over different ways to gain your continuing education credits. It pretty much boils down to this. It pretty much boils down to continuously educating yourself, staying up to date on the latest training methods, on the latest science, subscribing to personal trainer journals or magazines, because it's a ever evolving field. There's always new stuff coming out. One thing that I've recently learned about and started implementing my own training is zone 2 heart rate training. So like 80% zone 2 heart rate training with 20% hard efforts. And I'm an endurance athlete. My goal is to be Ironman champion. I train for triathlons. I participate in triathlons. So I've been implementing this a lot because my first half Ironman is this year. So I've been implementing a lot of zone 2 heart rate based training. That's just one example of the new kind of ideas and theories coming out around athletic training. But it's an ever evolving field, so you always want to be reading, be staying up to date, analyzing the newest trends, so that your clients can also stay up to date, and then also if they ask you about something new, that you have some experience and some knowledge about that. I'm trying to find something that I thought was really important. So I found what I thought was kind of important. There's a section in here that say, what are some examples of rewarding career paths? And it kind of goes over some different career paths that you can follow. One thing that I thought was really interesting and awesome that they pointed out is the need for corporate trainers. So corporations and large companies are definitely figuring out and finding out that if you keep your employees healthy, that they'll be at work more, they'll be at work longer, they'll be able to be more productive. So they're investing in a lot of personal training for their members or for their employees. So one thing as a personal trainer that would be really beneficial for you to do or think about when you have your certification is to approach small businesses or even large corporations. Uh, but I mean, I start small and kind of build up. So an idea of mine is to approach small businesses, let them know who you are, what you've been doing, and how an exercise program can benefit their employees. Um, and kind of get like corporate gigs like that, going in and doing a small training group of employees for the business, and you can charge a pretty decent rate for that. And I've definitely noticed it kind of upticking or picking up. That field is picking up a lot over the last few years because companies are really realizing if they invest a little bit in their employees' health, then it goes a long, long way. So I thought that was really important. But I'm gonna wrap this up because chapter two is really, really simple and straightforward. It just goes over all the uh, or many different aspects of continuing your education, which is pretty much just always be learning. This field is one thing that you have to know in this field is that you're always learning. There's always research to be done. There's always new things you can implement. Yeah, so just stay up to date. Don't leave your continuing education credits or CECs, CEUs. Don't leave that for like the last few months because you're going to be jamming it all in. Just stay up to date. Go to conferences as much as possible. Network with other people. Yeah, so that's chapter two, and in a few days, I'm gonna be going over chapter three, which is the start of part two in the ACSM resource for the personal trainer fifth edition, and part two is the science of personal training. So we start getting into the nitty gritty about this, which I'm really excited for. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned and keep pimping.